I didn't speak a word the night he decided to leave me. He didn't even glance back, didn't apologize, didn't say he was sorry. All he said was, "I need space." And in that moment, I realized I was no longer the person he wanted beside him. If you've ever felt invisible in the presence of someone you loved, this story is yours too. Would you have stayed? Would you have fought for someone who silently drifted away? He didn't look back when he walked out. That was the thing that stayed with me. Not the absence, not the empty apartment, not the sudden quiet that filled every corner of our home. What haunted me was his calmness, his detachment, as if he had already moved on emotionally long before that night. I remember sitting on the edge of the bed, the cold sheets wrapped around me, the echo of our laughter haunting the walls. His jacket hung on the chair, untouched. I could have screamed, I could have begged, I could have asked why. But I didn't. I just watched him become a stranger, right in front of my eyes. Because that's exactly what he was, a stranger in the shape of the man I once knew. He walked out carrying nothing but his bag. No guilt, no epalegi. Only a sense of relief, as if loving me had become too heavy for him to bear. I didn't follow. I didn't call. I didn't try to pull him back. Some things are not worth fighting for when the person you care about has already chosen to leave. The days that followed were quiet, but not in a peaceful way. It was the kind of silence that weighs on your chest, the kind where every room feels empty even when you're not alone. I stopped making dinner. I stopped opening messages. I stopped pretending I was fine. People said I was strong, but it wasn't strength. It was heartbreak pretending to be composure. Months passed. I started picking up the fragments of myself I had left behind. Small things, reading a book without finishing it in one sitting, feeling the warmth of my morning coffee, taking slow walks in the evening. Nothing grand, nothing dramatic, just tiny reminders that I still existed outside of him. Then, a year later, on a rainy evening, I heard a knock on my door. I wasn't expecting anyone. I opened it, and there he was, older, quieter, a hint of regret in his eyes. He didn't say hello. He didn't ask to come in. He just whispered, "I made a mistake." I stayed silent, letting him speak. He told me about the years he spent thinking he needed something different, something better. But nothing he found could replace what we had. I listened. I let him say every word he needed to say. I didn't interrupt. I didn't ask for excuses. I simply absorbed the truth he carried with him. Finally, he stepped back, folding his hands like he was letting go of something sacred. "I came here to tell you that you were never the problem," he said. "I was too blind to see what I had. I lost you because I didn't understand myself." And then, quietly, he left. No shouting, no tears. Just the echo of his footsteps fading away into the night. But this time it didn't break me. I didn't crumble. I didn't beg. I just stood there, steady, because I finally understood love doesn't always mean holding on. Sometimes it means surviving the absence. He returned, but the person who waited for him all that time no longer existed. I had mourned. I had grown. I had healed. When I saw him again, I didn't see home, or comfort, or familiarity. I saw a lesson, a reminder that some people don't realize what they had until it's gone. But by then, you've already become someone who no longer needs to be chosen, because you have finally chosen yourself.